Charlie Kirk may have actually been killed by his Rode microphone, which was rigged with an explosive. Now, I have always thought there was something there. And here is how they put it onto Charlie on September 10th. So they have the magnetic clasp on the outside and yet the Rode mic on the inside. Now, if you are trying to get a clear and crisp audio, you do not place it on the inside of someone's shirt, right? That would just be foolish. That would be like us running the show and just like putting, I don't know, we wouldn't do this. Why would we want that ruffle of me moving my shirt? It really is common sense.
For months, people believed that Charlie Kirk's unfortunate and untimely demise was caused by an explosive in his necklace. However, Candace Owens is now revealing that it wasn't the necklace after all. The reported shaped charge device that allegedly took Charlie out, as opposed to Tyler Robinson's 30-06, was not in Charlie's necklace, but in his microphone, allegedly. And here's where things get a little twisted. The ties between Erika Kirk and the man who mic'd Charlie on September 9th is reportedly just as suspicious as all the other discrepancies with the new TPUSA.
So the next logical question is who particularly on Terrell's team mic'd Charlie? And because, this guy might just be guilty of the crime of being incompetent, whoever this guy is. What amateur AV guy thought it was a good idea to capture audio beneath a t-shirt, to record audio beneath a t-shirt? And that answer is a young man named Philip Goldsberry Jr., okay?
Philip Goldsberry Jr. is the man who mic'd Charlie Kirk on September 9th. However, as opposed to the standards of wearing a wireless mic on the outside, he wore it on the inside of Charlie's shirt.
On September 11th, University of North Texas, he has the mic. There we go. But you can see it's on the outside of his shirt because that makes sense. On September 18th, he was at the University of Pittsburgh. Again, you can see Charlie has it on the outside of his shirt. That makes sense. Suddenly on October 8th, at the University of Nevada in Reno, Charlie has it on the inside of his shirt. And then we see on the 11th, it's on the inside of his shirt. On October 30th, it's on the inside of his shirt. This is that expression that I said to you that we use here in the States called boiling the frog slowly, right? Introducing something new so he doesn't really recognize it and then changing one thing, getting him adapted to it so he doesn't really ask questions. And then, lo and behold, something doesn't really make sense, but you're kind of used to the thing that's not making sense. Boiling the frog slowly before he can know, it's getting really hot in here. It's time to jump outside of the pot.
According to reports, Philip Goldsberry works in Turning Point's audiovisual team, a part of the organization that is spearheaded by Tyler Bowyer's childhood friend, Terry Farnsworth. This is the same Tyler Bowyer who once wrote that he got absolutely Romanian slosh during his reported visit to General Otto Buscher in Romania. According to Candace, Terry Farnsworth and Tyler Bowyer are even much closer than just childhood friends. Their family ties go generations back and each practiced Mormonism. But here's where things get even more interesting. Philip Goldsberry's father, Mr. Philip Goldsberry Sr., is a pastor who is also connected to Turning Point Faith. He comes from Arizona, and back when Erika was doing her pageantry, Pastor Goldsberry Sr. co-founded a charitable organization which began doing work in Eastern Europe, particularly Ukraine and Romania. Shortly after he did, Erika also founded her charity, Romanian Angels.
Things got pretty interesting when we looked at, I guess, a little bit more about who his father is. Also, his name is Dr. Philip Goldsberry, so they have obviously the same name. That's his dad right there. He is a pastor in Arizona, and I asked my team to figure out just like basic facts about him. Like, where is he from? Like, is there going to be another connection here? What's he involved in as a pastor? And you guys, our connecting themes spreadsheet is probably going to grow a little bit longer because you're not going to believe me. Because back in 2006, when Erika was getting her Teen Miss America crown under the Trump Miss Universal organization, Dr. Philip Goldsberry co-founded a charitable organization which began doing work in Eastern Europe.
What happens when you tie this to information that Mr. Philip Goldsberry Sr. did not officially file paperwork for his global charity ministries until 2010, the same year when the Black Sea Rotational Force set up base in Romania, a base which would subsequently be accused of the CT allegations that Erika got roped into? What happens when you tie this information to Erika's association with Next Model? Multiple sources have confirmed that Erika Kirk took meetings at Next Model with Faith Cates, a woman who has now been exposed to be very close associates with Jeffrey Epstein and members of his inner circle. It has also been alleged that Faith Cates used her modeling platform to bring in victims of Jeffrey's CT operations, particularly from Eastern Europe, labeling them as young models.
Next Model Management. It was co-founded by Faith Cates. We told you this yesterday, a dear friend to Jeffrey Epstein, all over the emails, 4,000 plus times. Her offices had a ton of Eastern European models that were going through it. She's actually known for having made the careers of various Eastern European models. And like I told you guys, Jeffrey Epstein was around this office a lot. He frequented the office as you would if it was your friends.
Prior to Faith Cates' establishment of Next Model, she was the vice president of the women's division of Wilhelmina Models, an organization that was co-founded by Fran Rothschild. And in one email on the Epstein files, Jeffrey Epstein reveals that he works for the Rothschild.
Now, another interesting fact is that Faith Cates, she actually knew Epstein since before she co-founded Next, because she was actually the vice president of the women's division over at Wilhelmina Models first. Wilhelmina Models was co-founded by Fran Rothschild, okay? Frances Rothschild is her name. Now, why is that interesting? Because you will recall in Jeffrey Epstein's recently released emails that he said to Peter Thiel that he works directly for the Rothschilds family. He's spreading around their money. I will show you that email here so that we can confirm it. It is Jeffrey to Peter. He says, as you probably know, I represent the Rothschilds.
At the moment, it has already been exposed that Erika has family ties to the Rothsteins and the Rothschild, who are reportedly two very powerful Jewish mob families.
And Nicole Rothstein, as it turns out, is her cousin. How do we know that? Well, she responded to this clip featuring Erika Kirk talking about her Shabbat Shaloming. And she responded by saying, quote, as her cousin, who is fully Jewish, half of her family is Jewish. While she herself is a Christian, she has celebrated many Jewish holidays with our side of the family and highly respects the Jewish religion.
If Erika was in any way associated with Jeffrey Epstein or his widespread CT operations, did Charlie pay the ultimate price when he found out? Could this be why every single evidence related to his demise has either been pawned off or given back to Erika without any investigation? The car that drove him to the hospital was reportedly scrubbed down and pawned off within days following Charlie's demise. Charlie's phone and necklace, which should have also been collected into evidence, were reportedly handed over to Erika without any investigation. But even more shockingly, the handheld microphone, which Charlie held at UVU that day, was handed over to Turning Point. According to close sources, the microphone contained splatter that would have been critical in investigation. However, weeks following Charlie's absence, Erika reportedly hosted a TPUSA fundraising event where this mic was encased and put on display to raise funds.
Why was his phone given to Erika as opposed to being held in evidence? Charlie's bloody microphone given to Turning Point USA, more broadly given to Erika to sulk over. Charlie's necklace, everything was handed over to Erika. Why? I suspect because they were ushering us into the era of the widow. No one can question the widow. You don't have a heart. What do you mean? How dare anybody question why she wants to wear her husband's pendant? Why she wants to cry over the bloody microphone as she raises money to the highest bidder?
According to sources, all roads now point to that microphone. Not the handheld one that Erika gushed over at AM Fest, but the Rode mic that was oddly tucked under Charlie's shirt. What happens when you tie the idea that the Rode mic carried the explosive charge that took Charlie out to the shards of plastic, which Candace reported was scattered inside the car that drove Charlie to the hospital that day, the car which was then pawned shortly thereafter? Private investigators who continued to dig into the discrepancies surrounding Charlie's demise have reportedly traced the shaped charge explosive that was allegedly in Charlie Kirk's microphone to a company called Accurate Energetic Systems. And precisely 1 month after Charlie's demise, this company blows up, particularly the building that is alleged to produce the tiny shaped charge explosive believed to have been in Charlie's microphone. At the moment, the notion that Charlie Kirk's demise was a psyop continues to remain at large, with new revelations coming in by the minute, although that allegedly never happened, which is why Tyler Bowyer had to step in. Now, taking a step back to look at the bigger picture, how is everyone in Erika's circle connected to Romania NCT allegations? If you have answers to any of these questions or opinions that could bring everyone closer to the truth, let us know down in the comments. In the meantime, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.